what I see coming forward is that there's going to be a lot of things that are known, like people are going to be discovering a lot of things. Well, like conspiracies and UFOs.
And UFOs are real.
Yeah, like, oh, I mean, we've been lied to all over the place.
Right.
Oh my God. And like, that's sort of like the first thing people are going to freak out.
Yes.
And that's sort of like, that's good.
It's destabilizing.
Yeah,
like,
we all go through that phase of like,
Yeah.
you gotta be kidding me, is this real?
Right.
And so that's starting,
Right.
and that will happen at a very mass scale, because you got to think we might be at a certain level of consciousness, but the collective consciousness, the aggregate consciousness of humanity is at a lower level. And that's not a good or bad thing, it's just what it is. And that's going to start going up. And as it does, it's going to experience those things. And so I see what I was told is a period of about 10 years where this collective consciousness is going to go through these phases of awakening. And so we...
while this whole other set will choose not to awaken at all.
No, they will. Yeah. So even those who choose to not awaken, in my personal opinion, will be going through some type of awakening. It might just not be that threshold that's necessary to go into love and bliss. Right. They might go to, from survival mode to like, I'm pissed. And stay there. That's their lifetime, and that's okay.
But there is this other thing that's going to love and bliss.
I would say the entire planet is going to love and bliss.
Beautiful.
And so from when I was shown, you can think of like our galaxy, it's moving through like this belt of high photonic energy. And as it goes through this energy is pure consciousness, and it raises the vibration of everything, makes everybody smarter, makes the planet smarter.
And more loving.
And more loving. It bumps up everything frequency.
Right. It's unity consciousness.
Yeah, it is everything. And we'll be receptive to it as much as we're able to be at that moment in time, but we're sort of in that energy. We dipped into it in 2012, we're fully into it in 2020, and it's going to last for, I think, 2,500 years.
Wow.
So it's just
Aquarian age.
Yeah. And so what I was shown is like, we're at this threshold where everything's going to be exposed. We need to be able to see everything for what it is, to choose if we like it or not.
So what's not to like?
Well,
my grandmother would say.
Well, think about it like, you're not aware of what you're not aware of. So if there's like some really bad things happening, you're not aware of them. You can't really have an opinion about it. Yeah. So all that's going to come to the surface to be healed.
All that stuff, all the past that
everything that's been hidden will come to light.
And that's the tough part sometimes for.
So I think that's the stage that we're in right now. And that's the next maybe 3 years. That a lot of the institutions that we have that were built in a lower energy, which is most everything, those will sort of start to crumble, and it will be like replaced with better things.
So that's the vision you're seeing from these beings coming in.
I'm seeing about a 10-year period where we're totally past that shift. We'll still be awakening for thousands of years, but as far as like
this little rough spot, right?
The tough spot is sort of is the nowish.
Wow.
And that's going to continue for a while. From what I've seen.
Yeah, and
just give me a moment.
Yeah, and then we'll just do a little bit, and then we'll.
Yeah. And for the audience, when I do sort of tap into this space, there's a lot of energy that flows through me, so I sort of twitch and move.
Okay,
I'm sure maybe you're familiar with that.
I'm familiar with that.
You've got 2 grounding on either side,
Yeah, we're grounding you here.
Okay, so just give me a moment and we'll get right there, okay?
Yes.
Dear ones, we are the Council of Light. We are a group of beings from the stars. We are a group of beings who have walked the earth, masters, and in the physical. And we are indeed a group of angelics, archangels, and other angels. And we speak with you in one voice. We greet you with a frequency of awakening, a frequency of love, and a frequency of healing. Know, dear ones, that all is well. All is well in the world. As this world transitions into higher energy and higher light, there will be many changes upon the earth plane. There will be changes in the physical. And this has been projected and predicted for eons of time. There will also be changes in each and every one of you. These changes will be biological, they will be emotional, they will be psychological. And this is from the influx of light that is happening at this very moment. Know, dear ones, that these changes are a beautiful thing, and they are important for humanity as they're taking humanity and Earth's consciousness to a higher level, a higher frequency, and a higher consciousness where there is more unity, there's more love, there's more inclusion. It is indeed a better world. And this process is unfolding right now. Know, dear ones, that there are many great beings of light who are embodied upon the earth plane all around the world, and they are in service in ways that they do not understand at this very moment. Know, dear one, that many of the light workers are unawakened at this moment in time, but they are indeed in service, each and every one of them a light on the earth, streaming in a higher frequency to change the frequency of the earth. Many have called this the human heart grid. It is a different type of grid. It is different from the one that was in the past in the crystalline center of the earth. This is a on the surface grid made of the crystalline hearts of all of humanity and the light workers who are here at this time. These individuals are streaming their light through humanity, through their interactions, through their smiles, through their good deeds around the world. This vibration is indeed changing humanity. It is indeed pulling many, many individuals into a higher energy and higher light, and this is happening as we speak. Know, dear ones, that this will intensify as the years go on. There has been a 10-year period that has been spoken of a great transition, and we do see this from the Council of Light. This council is indeed in charge and tasked with the evolution of humanity's consciousness, the evolution of Earth's transition into a higher light, and indeed the evolution of many planetary bodies around creation. This is what we do in a sense. Know, dear one, that Earth will make a safe transition to this higher energy, and it is a very beautiful destination. We wish to tell you this, for there are many stories upon the Earth plane of great destruction in every sort of negative story that you have heard. And while indeed some of these will happen and some of these are true, this is not to be worried about. Know, dear one, that each and every soul is eternal, it is indestructible, and will transition exactly where it needs to go. Those who are upon the earth plane, who choose to go into love, who choose to go into unity, will indeed do so safely on the earth. The earth will transition with many, many, many great people on it. And this is important to understand. Know, dear ones, that all is indeed well, and this transition is being guided by those who are embodied upon the earth plane, such as has been spoken of, those who are in the stars still, and those who are assisting with humanity in various forms telepathically. This is all going according to a divine plan that is much bigger than any darkness that is spoken of on the earth. You must understand, dear ones, from our point of view, both the light and the dark are in service to God. They are in service to creation. Know, dear ones, that all of this creation is God, or unity, or all that is experienced in itself in individual form. The light serves and the darkness serves. It is the darkness that is not aware of its service. Know, dear ones, that we often say that there would not be any fun if there was white ink on white paper. You would not be able to see or experience anything. You would be blissed at all times. God wants to experience all, which is why there is light and dark and every color and shade in between. Know, dear ones, it all serves, and it is all well, and everything is indeed as it should be. With this, dear ones, we are complete. We are pleased to have delivered this message to you. We make our withdrawal from this channel.
Nice.